Hi, it's Sean Bentley McGee from Re-energized.com, and I wanted to show you Brahmari Pranayama, or hummingbee breath. Not only traditional Brahmari breath, but also Tibetan Brahmari, which I think is even better and more yummy. So here we go, Brahmari Pranayama. Brahmari means hummingbee, because of the sound that is made, and the sound is made inside the nasal passages. And when you make this sound, it breaks down any mucus that you have in those tubes there, in the eustachian tubes and nasal passages. So imagine you have a tube like a drain, and it's full of little disgusting little bits and pieces clinging onto the side of the walls. What happens is that the sound waves that you create vibrate through the tunnel, and they break up all the rubbish and the mucus as they go. So that's what it does inside. It creates this resonance, and the sound that you make kind of so much and captures your attention. It drowns everything else that you're thinking of out, so that you calm down and you just quieten down. The other thing about this is it's a nice resonant sound. It's an internal sound. It's an interiorized kind of feeling. And one of the ways that this works on the body is it gets rid of anger and tension. So if you had too much coffee and you can feel your jaw tensing up, this is the time to do Brahmari Pranayama. Another thing is when you have a little bit of tension and blockage around here, a bit sinusy, you woke up feeling a bit congested. So for years when I was in the corporate world, I had a real problem with sinusitis actually, rhinitis. And so it was like hay fever all year round. And for me at the time, it was really reflective of the fact that both at home and at work, I just felt I couldn't breathe. There was just so much going on. It was a really packed out time for me. So this at that time helped me a lot to, relax and unwind and open up a little bit when I was feeling most blocked and stuck. Okay, so let's try it then. So first of all, the wheres and whats. We're going to be shutting off a couple of our senses in order to go inside. So there's a little part on the ear here, this little flap, sort of mini flap on the inside, is called the tragus. And it's a point called, I think, the meeting point of winds or something wonderfully poetic in acupressure. So just what you want to do is just use your finger to close off the flap of the ear, and that will stop the sound waves from coming in, and it keeps the sound that you make inside in this sort of nasal cavity. The next thing is you're going to say the word Om, but you're going to say it without moving your lips. So try it first, verbally using your whole mouth. Now think of the ah sound of the Om coming up from the belly, and the oh, the oh, ooh sort of sound coming up into the chest, and starts as soon as your lips meet. Comes up through the throat and into the head. Another way to think about this is to think of the word Ong, O-N-G, instead of Om. Depending on what part of India you come from, you'll be doing that. So Om then, you start by saying it to yourself so you know what you're doing. Om. Okay, I could go on. So we're just going to do that now inside our head. So you keep the lips closed and you do part the teeth on the R sound, so you're still making that sound internally. And you draw the throat together a little bit, gather it together in the O sound, and then bring the lips together a little bit on the sound. So all you need to do now is just close off your ears with your thumbs and gently press into the eyes with the fingers. Now when you do this, when you give that very gentle press on the eyeballs, it sends a message to your eyes that you are sleeping, and it lowers your blood pressure and helps you relax. So this is why eye pillows work, and why eye masks sometimes work, when you're trying to relax. It really physically does have an effect on the body, not just stopping the light from getting in. So closing off the eyes and the ears, breathe in deeply, and start your Om. and repeat. So repeat as many times as you think you need. Now, an interesting thing happens in this if you play a little bit with the amount of pressure you put on the ears. So you'll find that the sound that you experience changes in tone and frequency. And if you've got a little bit of blockage there, it's quite important to be gentle and really play with that until it's sort of just comfortable. It's just, I mean, if you're blocked, it's not going to be comfortable by definition. It's just working with how you're feeling to make sure that you're not pushing your own limitations too much and getting into dis-ease. Okay, so that's the simple first Brahmari, and the Tibetan Brahmari is just adding a lovely little bit of self-massage at the end. So you start here with the eyes closed, you do your Om, and after the Om you take a nice deep breath in and you wipe your hands over the hair, really pushing the scalp and hair back, all the way back. So your thumbs are still locked in here around the temples. Swipe all the way down at the back, right under the hairline, and then put your hands over your ears and lift your whole head up. Oh, lovely. So that's a really, really simple thing, but it feels really nice. And it helps to get some extra bits of tension out of the neck. So Tibetan Brahmari then, with the extra wiping over the top, holding the ears, lifting up. And I like to try and think of I'm lifting my head up and then I'm leaving it there suspended in space while my body sinks down. So it just creates a little bit more length and openness in the neck and shoulder area. So this is not something you can easily do in public. This is one to be done in a quiet room on your own, but it's a great tool if you are feeling a bit stressed. It just gets you back to kind of neutral and gets out some of that tension without you needing to punch a pillow or whatever it is. So enjoy Brahmari Pranayama, humming bee breath, and Tibetan Brahmari Pranayama. I hope it really works for you. Thank you for watching, and sign up for my newsletter at Re-energized.com. I'd love to hear from you. Take care.